Howdy. I know today's Wednesday. I completely just kind of forgot what day it was. So, my bad. But we're here early. Because I'm so excited about this lesson. I realized today was Wednesday. I realized I didn't stream yesterday at like 7 p.m. I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. But that's okay. Hey, we're all human. It's gonna be fine. Um, Streaming today, and I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this um since we started, really, because we're finally learning how to conjunctate words. So, yay! Um, I don't even want to go over past lessons, but we're going to. So, I guess. But I'm so excited. Um, okay, let's go back up. We're starting at lesson 2. So we're gonna go over lesson 2, 3, and 4. Just to get you back up to speed. So lesson 2, we learned about the Korean particles I and ga. A lot of words here. We have 나라, 가방, 창문, 잡지, 방, 냉장고, 개, 강아지, 고양이, 주의, 펜, 전화기, 커피, 식당, 건물, 미국, 캐나다, 호텔, 학교, 운행, 여기. Wow, I'm learning stuff. 여기, 있다, 텔레비전. We got some things that I can use my handy dandy stuffed animal for. So we have an, so inside. We, meet, 옆, 주의, up. 주의. See? We learned what I and ga are good for. These are for sentences with adjectives because you can't have an object in a sentence with adjectives a sentence that ends in an adjective. So you have to use I and ga because you can't use ur and ur. When you're saying I and ga, you're stating a fact. You're not comparing anything. Whereas ru and ur, am I doing that right? Could be comparing something. Maybe I'm off the wall. Maybe I had those wrong. I have a feeling I had those wrong. That's the alphabet. Okay. Nope, those are objects. Yeah, okay. I was right. Not to toot my own horn. And then we learned which denotes a place or time. So when you're saying like, at the school, it would be 학교에. So 나는 학교에 있다. Obviously not conjunctionated. So you're saying I'm at school. And then lesson 3, Korean verb and adjectives, going back through the words. 음식, 케이크, 본항, 병원, 본원, 한국어, 머리, 다리, 손가락, finger, 귀, 팔, 눈, 입, 배, stomach. I can barely see it, but I got stomach, I promise. Who knows if it works, but it's there. 버스, 배, as in boat again. 우리, 먹다, 가다, 만나다, 닫다, 열다, 원하다, 말두다, 하다, 말하다, 이해하다, 좋아하다. I don't know why that's tripping me up. 크다, 작다, 새롭다, 낫다, 비싸다, 싸다, 아름답다, 둥둥하다, 길다, 좋다, and 아주, 매우, and 너무. A lot of the verbs, if you remove the hada, if it ends in hada, so like 좋아하다, and you just remove the hada, You now have a noun. There you go. Very easy. We learned that ue is a possessive particle. So if you're trying to say like, oh, this is mine, you'd say, instead of saying 저는 as in I, you'd say 저의. So mine. So my would turn into my. We learned that 우리 is informal for saying us and we, and 저희 is formal. Most people just use 우리, I think. 우리. Lesson 4, we learned some Korean adjectives. I feel like I spelled adjectives wrong. It looks wrong. We're gonna ignore it. And we learned nun and un, which of course I'll go over it, I promise. We have 길, 거리. I just worried myself that I didn't turn on my mic, but I did, so it's okay. We have 거리, 손, 영어, 택시, 열차, 역, 버스, 정류장, 비행기, 자전거, 아내, 아이, 아들, 딸, 남편, 아버지, 어머니, 병지, 맛, 식사, 아침 식사, 물, 사과, 돈, 오다, 붓내다, 춤추다, 알다, 좁다, 배우다, 연습하다, 생각하다, 살다, 붙나다, 위험하다, 잘생기다, 못생기다, 피곤하다. Me all the time. I'm always 피곤하다. I'm always tired. 다르다, 슬프다, 맛있다, 재미있다, 많다, 행복하다, 거기, 저기, 지금, and 하지만. Lots of talking. I didn't grab water. My bad. That's gonna come and bite me, I promise. So we have un and nun. So like, if you're trying to like put it in a sentence, it's like, okay, so it's for adjectives. I need to refresh myself. It's for adjectives. So when you have an adjective, and you want to like put an adjective in a sentence, you want to make like a more complex sentence. When you say, oh, like that thing, like big house, you'd say 군집. Hello. Like when you're, instead of saying, oh, that house is big, you're trying to say, oh, the big house is blue, you'd say 군집 and then blue. So you can have like a more complex sentence. That's what this is for. So it's either the N that goes underneath if it has ends in a vowel, or it's un if it ends with a consonant. So there you go. So I do not have a lot of money. So 나는 많은 돈이 안 있다. So 많이 is again a lot of. So 많다 is to have a lot. So we're saying, I'm pretty sure I made up the sentence because the sentence just seems incorrect. So 많다 uses 이응가 versus 눈은. Why? I don't know. That's what they do. When we're trying to say to as well, so in addition, like in addition to whatever we're putting at the end of. So if we say 저도 한국어를 말하다, we're saying in addition to other people, because we're adding it at the end of 저. What's that sentence? 한. So have. I have. 한. Am I going crazy? Oh, sorry, 한국어. I'm losing it. I speak Korean. Like I too speak Korean. You're saying like, in addition to other people, I also speak Korean. The sentence doesn't actually change in English, just like the connotation of like what's changing. So 저는 한국어 더 말하다, we're saying in addition to other languages, I also speak Korean. Versus, oh, in addition to other people, I speak Korean. Which I like it because like you can like put an impression on what you're trying to emphasize in the sentence just by where you're putting the do. So very interesting. Yay! Okay, we're at lesson 5. So excited. We're learning Korean conjunction, past, present, and future. This is gonna be a long lesson, I think. And I'm very, very excited about it. Very. You can't even tell, but I'm so excited. Oh, you can definitely tell. All right, so let's see. Going back to this page. We have, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn vocabulary, how to say I and me, how to say you. We're gonna learn some basic conjunction, and then we're gonna learn verbs, how we conjunctate verbs, and then how we conjunctate adjectives. And we're learning 있다 and 있는다. I honestly don't remember what 있는다 is, but you know, that's okay. This is finally where we're like actually we're probably gonna be learning more things. So yay! Awesome. So let's jump right into the vocabulary. Let's see. So we have 동생, 동생,
동생,
동생, 남동생,
남동생,
and 여동생,
여동생,
여동생. So younger sibling, younger brother, younger sister. So let us write that. Okay. Younger sibling. I just spelled sibling wrong. No, I didn't. It just looks wrong. Okay. And then 남동생. Younger brother. Okay, I put young sibling. It's fine. I don't even care today. I'm not here for the words, alright? I am here specifically for the lesson. So the words can suck it today. 여동생. It makes it look like it's fine. Everything's fine. 여동생. Younger sister. I might just start skipping the words, like writing all of them down, because I'm not sure. So I added my Duolingo and my Memrise to my account. So like word learning, we can definitely do there. I might set up a group on Memrise, Memrise if I figure out how to do that. And if people are interested, I might do that. But yeah, I'm not sure how helpful it is for me to be writing these things incorrectly, actually. Not the proper way. I'm probably just gonna be confusing people. Anyway, now we're gonna learn older. We learned younger, so we learned 동생, 남동생, 여동생, and now we're gonna learn older brother. Which there's the reason there's 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters is it changes based if you're a female or male. Like if you're a female or male. So 형 is if you're a male, saying older brother. Like we're referencing older brother. And 오빠 is when you're a female. 누나 is when you're a male. And oni is when you're a female saying it. Let's see if I even said this properly. Ah, let me verify. Yep, man, female, male, and female. Okay, I don't want to give you wrong information.
형,
Young,
오빠,
oppa,
누나,
누나,
언니.
oni. Yeah. Let's get all those down. Okay. Really bad smiley face. Young, older, brother, but M right here for male, and oppa, older, brother, female. Let's see, 누나, 누나, older sister, male, and then bum ba da bum, bum ba da bum. And then we got 언니, Luna. Why are you growling? Who are you growling at? What is it? Yeah. Oh. Luna's growling at some kids outside. Got Oni. Older sister. Female. Perfect. And then we have uncle. Oh, these all are just so much. So much, I don't. But we're going to. Let's see. We got 삼촌, 이모, 고모, 아버지, 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 아주머니. The older man not related to you, older woman not related to you. Okay, let's see.
삼촌,
삼촌,
이모,
이모,
고모,
고모,
아저씨,
아저씨,
아주머니.
아주머니. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, let's write them. Let's write it! Yay! 촌, 삼촌, uncle. Why does it change based off aunt but not on uncle? That makes no sense. I don't make the rules. I didn't make the language. I don't make the rules. Moving on. 이모, aunts on the mother's side. And 고모, aunts on the father's side. Alright, and then we got older man and older woman. 아저씨, older man, not related. And 아주머니. 아주 뭐 older woman, not related. Awesome. And let's see, moving right along. We got grandfather and grandma. Hala, oh, 할, 할아버지, 할아버지, 할머니, and 친구, and 사진. Let's do those four.
할아버지,
할아버지, 할아버지,
할머니,
할머니, 할머니.
할머니,
Huh? Sounds like a hi, like a H-I. 할머니. 친구?
친구,
Okay, that one's right.
사진,
사진. These ones are gonna trip me up. I'm always H's and L's in the same word, like, I don't know, in the same little, I don't know what it's called. It's gonna mess me up. That's okay though. It's okay. We're not perfect, so we're just learning. Let's see. 할아버지. 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 Grandfather. See? And 할머니. Harmony. And grandmother. Let's see. And we got 친구. 친구. Friend. In 사진. 사진. Picture. Alrighty, and we got 안경, glasses. So the things I'm wearing on my face. 안경, 안경. 비밀, 가게.
안경,
안경.
비밀,
비밀.
가게,
가게. 안경. Interesting. Trying to say it, it's not. 안경. Glasses. The things on my face. 비밀. Secrets. My God, can you keep a secret? Can you keep a 비밀? Rain. And then we got 하게. Oh. Yeah, that's right, okay. The store. Shop. Perfect. And we have 박물관. 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 I'm terrified of that one.
박물관, 박물관,
박물관. 박물관. Moving on. We have 가스 레인지, the gas range, stove. 오리, duck, the animal. 꼬리, tail. 공, ball. Let's see if I can fit all of that. It's gonna be out of order, but I think we're gonna be able to fit it. So let's see. Back. Mur. Bakmur. Oh, that's wrong. Guan, not Guang. Guan. Bakmurguan. Museum. Did we even listen to those? I have no idea.
박물관 가스레인지
레인지.
오리
오리.
꼬리
꼬리.
공
공. Haha, you okay. See? Oh. Three. Duck. Kori. Kori. And tail. And kong. I'm gonna move this actually. Let me put this up here. Kong. Bal. And then down here we can do the gasu reinzi. Gasu re in stove, gas, range. There you go. Okay, that's all the nouns. I feel like I've been doing this forever. I feel like I've been doing this all day. Let's see. Lots of words. So many words today. Okay. We'll get through all of them in one piece, probably. Probably. Here's to hoping. Alright, let's see. 기대하다, to expect. 건너다, to cross. 던지다, to throw. 싫어하다, to not like. 떠나다, to leave somewhere. 농담하다, to joke. 공부하다, to study. And let's listen to them.
기대하다
기대하다.
건너다
건너다.
건너다
Oh, I did it twice. My bad.
던지다
던지다.
싫어하다
싫어하다. 싫어하다.
싫어하다
싫어하다. Okay.
떠나다
떠나다. 떠나다.
농담하다
농담하다.
농담하다
농담하다.
공부하다
공부하다.
공부하다
공부하다. 여기. And let's write those all down. Alright. What if I could write smaller? I think that would probably help me just a little bit. Let's see. To expect. And we have 오노다. across. 던지다. 던지다. The throw. 찌르하다. 찌르하다. Not like. 나다. 또 나다. To leave somewhere. Perfect. 농담하다. 농담하다. So remember that thing that we learned, I think it was in lesson 3? When you take the hada out of a verb, it becomes the noun. So 농담하다, to joke, like to joke around. If you take hada out, 농담 is a joke. Like that's a joke. Like you're not joking around anymore. That's a noun. That's a joke. All right, let's see. To study, 공부하다. Study. All right, and now we're in adjectives. 지루, 지루하다, to be boring. I'm just gonna write that one just because I'm on this line. 지루하다. To be boring. Aren't we all? All right. So we have 지루하다, to be boring. 마루. Oh my god, what the hell was that? That was me losing my mind. That's what that was. 마르다, for a person to be too thin. Weird, but okay. 멀다, to be far away. 마르다, to be dry. 비슷다, to be similar. 짙다, to not be good. 오래되다, for an object to be old. 배고프다, to be hungry. I feel like I said every single one of those wrong. There's not a doubt in my mind.
지루하다,
지루하다.
지루하다. 마르다,
마르다.
멀다,
멀다.
마르다. 비슷하다,
비슷하다.
비슷하다. 싫다,
싫다.
오래되다,
오래되다.
오래되다, 오래되다, 오래되다.
The more I listen to it, the more it doesn't sound like how it's spelled. So nakta, which is to be old. implies that the object in question is also damaged or rugged in some form. Using ore doeda simply implies that it's been a long time since something was built, released, bought. Okay, interesting. And 배곤하다. Oh, sorry. 배고프다.
배고프다.
배고프다. 부다.
배고프다.
배고프다. Alright. Now we already did 주르하다, so let's write everything else more. 마르다. 부다. Let's see. For a person, a person, the two, then, and murder. I don't know why I spelt it the way I spelt it. It looks god awful, but it's too late now to be far away. Be far away. And 마르다. Oh, wrong. Ru, not ru. Ru. Ruda. Just to be dry. 비슷하다. Be similar. Oof. Oh, that doesn't let me. Okay. Okay. 비슷하다. To be similar. And then we have 싫다. To not be good. And 오래 되다. 오래 되다. Aha, I spelled it. For an object to be old. Cool. And on the next page, we're gonna put 배고프다. To be Alrighty, that's it for the adjectives, and now we're gonna learn some adverbs and slash other words. Whoop-de-doo, yay! We got 오늘, which is today, 어제, 어제, which is yesterday, 내일, tomorrow, 모레, the day after tomorrow, 년, year, 일, day, 시간, time, 오늘, 어제,
내일,
내일,
모레,
모레,
년,
일,
시간.
Okay. Let's get those written down. Yay! Okay. I'll stop being so excited. I'm just like, I'm so happy we're finally at conjunction. I just need this. I'm just like trying to like bust through these because I just want to oh, I think it's 2 words. Just want to get there already. Today. Actually, let's put this a little out of order just to make it easier for us. We'll start with more. More. The day after tomorrow. Okay, well, it's proven I don't know how to spell tomorrow. Perfect. And now I can do 오늘. 오늘. Today. 어제. Which is yesterday. And then we got 내일. Which is tomorrow. Got 년. Year. 일, which is day. And 시간, which is time. And now we're gonna learn the days of the week. Stellar, stellar. Okay, okay. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know the whole deal. We got 월요일, 화요일, 수요일, 목요일, 금요일, 토요일, 일요일. I think I said those all incorrectly.
월요일,
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 화요일,
화요일, 수요일,
목요일,
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 금요일,
금요일,
토요일,
일요일.
일요일.
파이팅. Alright. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. 월, 요, alright, Monday, 화, 화요, 일, Tuesday, 수요일, 수요일, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. We got Thursday, 목요일, 금요일, getting really good at spelling ill. That's for sure. Got Friday. Saturday, 토요일. 일. Saturday. 일. Sunday. Yay! We are finally done with the review and with the vocabulary, and now I have to go find my water bottle. So, small break. Small break. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh, that really hurt me. Okay. We're back. So, let's go. So, how to say I or me in Korean? First of all, I want to point out the difference between I and me in English. This is something that I never realized until I started to learn Korean, as you will find that learning a foreign language will vastly increase your understanding of your mother tongue and languages in general. In English, I and me have the same meaning, but they differ in their usage. When the speaker is the subject of a sentence, I is used. When the speaker is the object of the sentence, me is used. So, I love you. You love me. In Korean, the same word is used to say I or me. That is, there is no difference in the Korean word if it is used as a subject or object. However, remember that different particles will have to be attached to these words. Although the word in Korean for I and me doesn't change based on its usage, it does change based on the politeness of a sentence. So, 저 is formal, 나 is informal. 는 can be attached to signify that it's a subject, as we learned in lesson 1. Or 를 is attached to signify it's an object of the sentence. 가 can be attached to 저 and 는 to signify that it's 이 and 가. Sorry. So let's see. Let me write this. 가 can be attached to 저 or 나 to indicate I is the subject of a sentence. What's immediately important is that you remember that when 가 is attached to 나, it changes to 네, and when it's attached to 저, it changes to 제. So let's write that. That feels like an important thing. Just a little bit. Teens a little bit. See? Not, oh, wait, no, it's 나는, not 나는. The 나는 or 내가. Same with 저. So it's either 저는 or 제가. In the lessons below, all the sentences are conjunctionated in an informal style. Therefore, all of the example sentences below use na or ne. In this lesson, you don't worry about formality and just focus on the information that I present. In the next lesson, you will learn more about formal and informal speech. So, lesson 6, we're going to learn more about formalities. Right now, we're starting on conjunction. So, how to say you. You may have noticed that I still haven't taught you one of the most common words in the English language. I know this sounds weird, but the word you is not said very often in Korean. Korean people get around saying the word you through a number of ways. Most of the time, you use somebody's, usually job, position when referring to them or talking about them. For example, 부장님 for boss, or 경장 선생님, principal or vice principal. Rinse and repeat. Mr. name for teacher, so name, 선생님, customer, 고객님, guest, 손님, president. Yeah, anyway, you just like don't call them you, to just call them by their job position. It is too, it's very common in Korea to refer to people that you are close with as your own family members. For example, oppa means older brother when you're a woman. But even if someone is not your older brother, you call him oppa if you're close. You can call any woman or man that looks very old grandfather or grandmother. So 할머니, 할아버지. But other than that, you don't really call someone part of your family unless you're close with that person. You can generally call any strange man or woman that you don't know 아저씨 or 아주머니. In informal situations, you can use the word 너. So 너는, 너를 can attach to no when you is the subject or object of the sentence. Respectively, 가 is added to no and changes to 내가. In order to distinguish the pronunciation of 내가 and 내가 from each other, well, technically they should be pronounced the name. 내가 is pronounced as 네가. I think they're pronounced exactly the same. You can also use the word 당신, which means you. You may use this word when talking to anybody, but Korean people hardly ever use it. Most people that say 당신 are foreigners and only do so because they are so used to saying you in a sentence. Also, I've noticed that, just from, again, guilty knowledge, is they'll just omit saying oh, you. They'll just assume that you know that you was being talked about, and they'll just ignore it completely. They just won't even say it. But they'll also do with 저 or na, saying talk about you're themselves, is they'll just omit it and you're just supposed to know. you're just supposed to catch on. But let's write 당신. Sorry, dang, not dan. Let's see. 당신. You. Alright, we're finally to conjunction. I'm so excited. So, basic conjunction. As I've mentioned every lesson so far, every sentence that you've learned has not been conjunctated. All the sentences you have learned so far would never actually be used in Korean because they are not conjunctated. I felt you needed to know the basic sentence structure before you learned how to conjunctate. The good news, however, is that conjunction in Korean is much easier than other language, including English, and especially French. An important note before you begin. This lesson will show you how to conjunctate past, present, future verbs in the most basic way. Although all these conjunctions are grammatically correct, they are rarely used in conversation. This form is sometimes called diary form because it's usually used when writing to yourself in a diary. It is also used when writing tests, books, research papers, newspaper articles, magazine articles, and other times when one is not speaking / writing to a specific audience. It is also sometimes called the plain form. If you use this form in a sentence, you should use the informal na, as this conjunction is seen as informal. As such, throughout this lesson, you will see na used for I. However, as I mentioned, this conjunction form is also used in print. When this is done, the sentence is neither formal or informal as it's just relaying facts. When used like this, no specific person is the speaker and nobody is getting directly spoken to. Therefore, you don't generally see so or not in these forms of Korean, and there is no need to see these writings as formal or informal. It is possible to use this diary or plain form in conversation, but you are more likely to hear one of the conjunctions discussed in the next lesson. Although the plain form is not very common in conversation, the conjunction itself is incredibly important if you want to understand more complex grammar later or learn to read more printed forms of Korean. You will learn the most important conjunctions for conversation in the next lesson, but I highly recommend that you understand the conjunctions presented in this first lesson. Moving on. The only part of speech that gets conjunctionated in Korean is verbs and adjectives. And ida. As you already know, a sentence must either end in a verb, adjective, or ida. Let's look at how to conjunctate each verb and adjectives in the past, present, and future tense. Okay, I'm so excited. All right. So, verbs, present tense. When the last syllable of the stem ends in a consonant, you add nunda to the stem of the word. Okay. Let's see. Let me do verbs. Yay! So, let's do present, past, and future. All right, so 먹다 would turn into 먹는다. And when the last syllable of the stem ends in a vowel, you add in to the last syllable followed by da. Okay. So let's see. 먹다 turns into 먹는다. 먹는다. And the vowel, so let's just do 가다. I don't think I gave myself enough space. No, I didn't. It's okay. We can erase. That's what erasing's for. And we have 가다, which turns into 간다. So I go home. 나는 집에 간다. I learn Korean. I think we can all I think we're all there. So 나는 한국어를 배운다. I want to write that one. So as our example, 나는 한국어를 배운. Okay. Awesome. And let's listen to that out loud.
나는 한국어를 배운다.
Okay, I'm so excited. All right, in past tense. Awesome. More things I have to read out loud. That's okay. Let me scroll down. I ran out of pages. Let's do past tense. Before you learn this, you need to know something important. Korean grammar is based on adding things directly to verbs or adjectives to create a specific meaning. For example, earlier in this lesson, you saw ninda and inda can be added to the stem of a verb in order to conjunctate that verb to present tense. Hundreds of grammatical principles are created by adding certain things to the stems of verbs and adjectives. You will learn about these in later lessons as you progress through your studies. Okay, so like he, a, ose, usu, oshi, useo, da, a, oye hada, nun undago. So lots of things. This list could go on forever. Stellar. Notice that some of these grammatical principles require the addition of a and o. Many grammatical principles require the additions of a and go to the stem of a verb or adjectives. Notice that the slash indicates that you need to choose what actually gets added to the stem. In this case, a, in some cases, o. The following is the rule that you can use to determine if you should add a or o. Okay. So if the last vowel is a or o, or ya or yo, you add a. The only exception is ha if the last syllable in the stem is ha. Ye must be added. Yo must be added to the stem, followed with the remainder of the grammatical principle instead of a. Okay. So let's write that. A. Oh, my bad. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Ha. The last vowel is anything but. You add o. Okay. Everything else. Awesome. When conjunctioning the past tense, we need to add a, aita, or oita, which is why they're teaching us this. Makes sense. Oh, I'm tired, y'all. So tired. Let's see. So let's see. Oh, I was trying to find something that would be easier to like learn. But I think all they're giving us is sentences, so let's do it. So 먹다 will become 먹, 먹다, 먹다. 나는 밥은 먹다,
나는 밥을 먹었다.
먹었다. Alright, so let's do that again. 먹다 and into 먹. And let's do 열다. Oh, wait, Yoda. Yeah. Yoda? No, that's wrong. Data? Let's see that one. We're getting all of it. Data? Change into that. Let's listen to that one. 나는 문을 닫았다. 닫았다.
나는 문을 닫았다.
닫았다. And then we'll also do the 하다. So 공부하다. So let's do that. I wrote that wrong. 공부하다. Turns into 공부 하여다? 였다? 하였다? 였다? Let's see, all three in action. Bam. Mic drop. Just a lot more examples. A lot more examples. 가다. The last vowel is an A. So we add 아따. So it'd be 가았다. Oh. 갔다? What? What? What I miss? What makes this complicated at first is that the verbs that have the last syllable that end in a vowel, including hada, get merged to the actual stem itself. Okay. 공부해다? Alright. So this wouldn't be wait. Oh. What? Ah. O wa. Wo. Yo. Yo. O. Yo. Yo. He. Ow. I hit myself a little too hard. Owie. Oh. Oh. Let's see, last syllable. Merge. Plus O plus equals O U and O equals 我 이 에 이오 sorry 이오 makes yeah 요 O and O makes o, obviously. Yo and o makes yo. Ha and yo makes he. Makes no sense. Ha. Yo makes he. Ha. O. All right, let's see. So, many people have asked about how do I merge a and o into complex vowels like you, ya, etc. You will find that the stem of almost all verbs and adjectives in Korea do not end in these complex vowels. The most common words I can think of to have stems end in one of these complex vowels are pare, meda, meda. With these words, the same rule applies as above. That is, the final vowel does not end in a or o, so we need to add o plus whatever we are adding. With these complex vowels, it is irrelevant if you merge the addition to the stem. Both forms would be correct. So pare could be pareta or pareotta. Meta or meotta. Does it matter? Does it have to be merged? So merging kada to go could be the last you would add ada, atta. So it'd be kaata, but because the last the stem ends in a vowel, it'd have to turn into katta, oda, which you would add atta at the end because it ends with an o, would be o atta, but you can merge them so it becomes wa atta. This is confusing. I feel so stupid. Did any of our example sentences 먹다, 닦다, 공부하다? So this one could be 공부하겠다 or 했다. I think it could be either. Yeah, so if it ends in an last syllable, what am I doing? Like how I wrote last syllable vowel. Merge. Moving on. My head hurts. Ha. And then let's go down to here. Future tense is simply a matter of adding keta. Unlike the past and present tense conjunctions, there is no difference in the stem ends and the vowel or consonant. So it's all just keta. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Give me something easy. Future? Keta. Awesome. Two verbs specifically that are often conjunctions in future tense without having a meaning in the future tense is 알다 and 모르다, to know and to not know. I don't want to make any example sentence because they would be too complicated at this point, but it'd be good to remember that 알다 and 모르다 are conjunctioned to 알게다 or 모르게다. Although they are conjunctioned to future tense, those two words are typically used to express that somebody knows, doesn't know something in the present tense. Huh. Awesome sauce. We made it to adjectives alive somehow, but we're here. All right, and adjectives. Let's see. Present tense is the same. So, nun, in, nun, in. In order to conjunction an adjective in the present tense, you don't need to do anything, just leave the adjective as it is, and it is conjuncted in the present tense. For example, 아름답다. Oh. The present tense is just leave the same. Don't touch. Don't change. Exactly the same. So, 아름답다, 길다, 크다. Stays the same. I love it. Give me something easier. Okay. Okay. For past tense, in order to conjunctate adjectives to past tense, you must follow the same rules as when you conjunctate verbs to the past tense. Same as verbs. So, 아따 and 오따. Let's see. So, let's see. Just like with verbs, the final letter in adjective is a vowel. 아따 and 오따 can be merged to the actual stem. So, 비싸다 would be and turn into 비쌌다. 잘생기다 will turn into 잘생기. 오따, which can be merged to make 잘생게 잘생겼다. I don't even know if I'm saying that. 그 남자는 잘생겼다.
그 남자는 잘생겼다.
겼다. Future tense is the same. Okay. Make it easy for me. Future. Ah, perfect. Yay. Now I'm going to go back over it. It's right on top page. 겠다. Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's embarrassing. Let me just fix that. 겠다. And now the very last thing of this lesson is 있다. 있다 is one of the most complex and versatile words in Korean. Unfortunately, is also one of the most common words. It is often very difficult for learners of a language to fully understand some of the most commonly used words in whatever language they're studying. For example, a native English speaker might think that the word the is one of the easiest words as it is used so frequently. However, try explaining the meaning and purpose of the to a Korean person and you will quickly discover that its usage is very complex. So 있다 is either an adjective or a verb depending on what you're saying. So you can have something or you can be in you can be at a place. So I have a pen. 나는 펜이 있다. The dog is in the house. 걔는 집 안에 있다. So, when you're saying I have something, it's an adjective. 있다 is an adjective at that point. So you just leave it the same when talking present tense because we're following adjectives. When ita is at or in a location, it is also an adjective. Again, because the usage is considered an adjective, we follow the rules for conjuncting as an adjective. However, usage ita is more complex than just these two meanings. Ita has many usages. In fact, there are times when ita is considered a verb. At this point, your understanding of Korean is not strong enough to see example sentence ita as a verb because you haven't learned some critical grammatical principles yet. What I want you to take in is that ita can be a verb and thus conjuncted as a verb sometimes. Therefore, although the example sentences above with ita are properly conjuncted, there are times when the proper conjugation of ita in the plain form would be inunda. Ita is considered a verb when a person or animal is not only at a location, but staying at a location. What? For a period of time. The difference between the adjective ita to indicate someone is at a location and the verb ita is to indicate that someone stays at a location or in a state is confusing. So we're going to learn these in later lessons. So, I'll just put a note in saying ita is, ita question mark. So, study this, because we're going to need it for next Tuesday, I think. Wow, that was a lot. That was very much a lot to take in. Interesting. We learned how to write in Korean, the proper conjugation for like textbooks and like newspaper articles and stuff like that, which is I didn't even realize was different, which is embarrassing because I think I've gone through this a long, like 6 years ago, maybe. Yep, we had a lot of words, 50 words today. Yeah, just get your head wrapped around it, and I'll be back on Tuesday, like usual, unlike this week when I forgot that yesterday was Tuesday. Well, you have a wonderful day, and I'll be back tomorrow with some gaming. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Who knows? Who can say? Not I. Alrighty, bye!